All right, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Successful Failures. On this episode, we got a very special guest in the motherfucking building. We got Jay Burna.
Let's go.
For those of you that don't know, he has an album out called Dear You No More Apologies. He's got songs with Trina. He's got songs with T.I. He's got songs with Fetty Wap. Well established out here in Florida.
Indeed.
Everybody make some motherfucking noise. Clap it up for Jay Burna in the building.
Appreciate that
you,
intro.
I got to set the vibes off right, get everybody's energy way up.
Let's get
before
it.
we all get in our bag and start podding on this episode, all right?
For sure.
We had a lot of shit happen since last week since we haven't been here. Rest in peace to the Juice Man.
Yeah.
O.J. Simpson.
Oh, man.
O.J. Simpson.
Dang. That did happen.
Yeah, man. So a lot of people had mixed feelings about it. Some people were happy about it. Some people, were disappointed in it. How I feel about it is the man's got family. So
Right.
I ain't never going to be happy for somebody's death.
Indeed.
I don't know if you guys saw Caitlyn Jenner. He put out a tweet that said "good riddance."
Regardless
Yeah,
of
that's
somebody's discrepancies,
For real, man.
they're still a human being.
That shit is crazy.
OJ was a good man for us, man. Man, we lost a good one, man. OJ, man. Damn, man. You going too soon, dog, man.
Legendary athlete.
For real, man. Just for us, man. He got rid of one for us, man. Got away with it. Y'all owe us, man.
That's crazy. That's crazy. All I know is I saw that tweet that he said good riddance. I was like, come on, bro. So, Caitlyn Jenner, you're going to have to come to the front of the stage for a second.
That's how we coming out the gate.
This is how we come. We coming out hot.
Yo, you know what? It had me funny because somebody comment under his thing was like, oh, yeah, because you're next, Miss Doubtfire. I was dying.
Yeah, that's
Yo,
wild.
Jesus.
That's wild.
Caitlyn, Bruce, let me ask you something because let's not get it twisted. You killed somebody too.
Yeah.
He did. He got into that car accident.
You're right.
He killed somebody.
Yep.
And then he transformed into a woman.
And the thing with that, we know he did it.
Yep.
Exactly. Yep, for real.
Think about that marketing. He was Bruce Jenner, killed somebody, and then was like, that wasn't me that killed it. That was Bruce.
You got a point.
That's Kris
Sheesh.
Jenner and her PR marketing skills right there. And then another person he killed, he has two bodies.
Yeah.
He's got two. Look at Jay. Jay's like, where are we going with this? Where are we going? He's got two bodies under his belt. So he's kind of, actually, wait, no. OJ allegedly has two bodies. So we might have a tiebreaker right here. Because Caitlyn has a second body. She technically killed her daughter's dad.
Oh.
Her daughter.
If you think about it, you took away the father of your daughter because you wanted to be a 60-year-old bad bitch.
Damn.
I don't know what's going on, man.
Damn. I was not expecting. Jeez.
You gotta really deep dive into these things and think about it, man.
That's cold work.
So I'm just saying you gotta think about it before you just start. OJ got family, and you know me. If you really ask me, I think he probably did do it. But guess what? In the court of law, he was found not guilty. So I feel like if you're not guilty in the court of law, you got to keep that same energy.
Exactly.
It's technically not a murderer.
Yep. That's a fact.
Technically.
I mean, that was all. I just thought it was crazy. I had to bring that shit up when I saw it earlier. Because I just saw that tweet earlier today, actually, this morning. After all that shit, it just started coming up. You know how on Instagram now it feeds you like stuff like a week later after people post.
Yeah.
And I saw that tweet. Somebody was like, hey, Mrs. Doubtfire, chill out.
Yeah, no, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was definitely a good one. That
one.
shit literally had me crying. I was like, yo, that's
So since we got Jay Burna in the building, it's only right we deep dive into music and really go through some things and indulge in stuff we don't typically always talk about, right? It's only right. So one of the big things I wanted to talk about is this AI shit with music.
Yeah,
because this AI shit is getting out of hand. Like just recently in this whole Drake, Kendrick, beef music, rap battle that's going back and forth. When that Drake song leaked, it took a couple of days for people to be like,
it's not AI.
is this real?
Yeah.
And I feel like with this AI music shit, it's almost like Drake could put out a song and kind of test the waters because he didn't put it on a streaming platform. Right. It was just kind of like on YouTube and SoundClouds and all these things. Yeah. So my thought was like, is this like a genius strategy, like a real chess move? Like, did he put this song out and be like, all right, look, if they say this isn't good, I'm going to say this is AI, you know? Or if they do rock with it, to the platforms we go.
I think it's the latter. I think it's I think it was one of those things like, let's not claim it until we see the response.
Until you see the energy.
That's what it feels like, because it's like.
So another thing, like, I mean, since you know, because you really in the music industry, do y'all really talk about the new AI stuff?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, y'all do. Oh, okay.
Some
so
people
how do y'all feel
like,
about it?
Because I songwrite too. Some people are actually using it to send references.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So like instead of like, you know, like usually like we'll do like a reference and send it to the artist and then they'll just recut it or something like that. Yeah. But now it's just like with AI, you can cut the record, use AI, and then send it to them as if it's them so that they can hear themselves.
Oh, wow. Shit.
So is it easier for you or harder?
It depends.
Yeah.
It's all about who you know and it's all said and done.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Regardless of what technology happens.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about who you know, definitely.
Right.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, see, that's the one thing I really want to know. Like, do y'all really talk about this AI thing? How's it going on with y'all, you know?
It's probably going to muddy some certain waters. But it's just like, a lot of people might lose jobs and stuff like that. Yeah. But it's just like, everything is about adjustment, if we're going to be real. Yeah. So it's like, something new is coming. Like, how do we adjust to either get on top of it or allow it to be what it is and just use it for what it is?
Yeah. Because no matter what, at the end of the day, there's a good and then there's a bad, you know? Because you may not have to use somebody as much because you could just mix up your own little thing, you know?
Right.
So, so it's definitely a good and bad thing. So, yeah.
I definitely think it's good to have like for a crutch, like, you know what I mean? Like kind of like how you just said, like for a reference track, it's pretty solid because now that artist doesn't even have to sit, go in the studio, remember the lyrics, lay it down, see if he likes it in his voice. Because sometimes you send a track like in your delivery, your voice, and then that artist receives it and they can't copy your energy.
Right.
And it just doesn't come out the same. Like, I mean, there's songs that people, I'm sure, like, what was that song? Future wrote Drunk in Love for Beyonce. Yeah. Right? Now, that song, even though Future obviously can make his own hits and stuff like that, that song wasn't going to hit the way it hit for Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't going to have that same.
It wasn't,
You know what I mean?
We're not looking at it like that. Like, we definitely, like, Future came out with Drunk in Love. You might
have liked the song. You might have fucked with it, and it might have been on a mixtape or something like that, but it's not going to go to Grammy Award winning like how it would for Beyonce.
No, I agree.
So I kind of feel like no matter what, the cream is always going to rise to the top. Like if you got real, raw, real deal talent, cream will always rise to the top.
Agreed.
Because, I mean, things just get saturated so fast. Like even the music industry in general, like artists are making albums that take 2 to 3 years to make, like giving their all, their blood, sweat, and tears in an album. They'll release it on a Friday. That took them 2-3 years. And by Monday, people are over it.
Life expectancy of an album in this time and climate is like a week.
And that's crazy.
Yep. Right. So
like how, like, I'm just saying, like, I can't imagine working on something for that long and putting it out and, you know, being open with the world, and
the gratitude of it is only a week.
And it's only a week. And then those same people are going to want another album. Right. Like you have to keep feeding them.
Yeah.
Like, how do you work through that? Because that has to be on your brain.
Nah, it is. But I'm like unapologetically me, you know, so it's just like, it is what it is for me personally. But I am getting in the mind frame of being able to, like, you know what, let me just release as much as what the algorithm is. Because it's either you're going to catch up to what the times are or you're just going to get drowned into what it is. Like,
So did you change your pace in the game? Like, do you feel like you had to speed up a little faster and make music? Or you just like, you know, whatever, I'd rather put out quality than quantity?
Yeah, I've always been more keen to like just putting out quality, and then I realized it's like, well, you make good music anyway, so it's just like you're gonna just go hold them.
Exactly. Yep.
So it's like now I'm in that space where it's like, all right, it's just time to let them go. Yeah. Just let them go.
I think that's smart because a lot of artists sit on their music and they'll have music on their hard drive for a year, but then times go. Now that artist might be like, oh, that's my old shit. And it never sees the light of day when that could be a hit for the artist.
And people don't like, I've sit in studio sessions where we would play records that's just like, just hard drive records. Mm-hmm. Like records that you probably don't think are going to come out, and just like, like I know artists sitting on records from like 2020, 2019.
And it never sees the light of day.
Never seen the light of day. And they're putting out records actively. But it's just like, it's probably sitting on some heat.
Wow,
yeah, some of that shit is fire, and sometimes it takes a homie or somebody around them to be like,
you gotta put that shit out.
Put that shit out. Yeah.
But as an artist, also, it's just like the more you create, you start like adapting to different shit. It's just like, all right, I'm creating this. Oh, that sound's not my sound no more. But the world hasn't even heard that sound.
yeah, you don't know, like,
yeah. So that's another thing that handicaps a lot of people.
you get stuck in like your own headspace,
Right.
Rather than just being like, man, let's throw these lines out and go fishing,
Right.
See what hits.
Which is a perfect analogy because the creative is always going to be an overthinker as opposed to just
That is true.
putting the real out. Yeah.
Because Mike used to do the same thing. Used to put out
bro.
music.
I
was
do
like,
it.
yo, that's fire. I'm like, yo, that's fire. Put it
Because
out.
you're sitting there trying to make a cohesive project. You want like this song to blend into the next one, and you have this vision, but no one can see that vision,
But
but you. So like it becomes like your baby, you know what I mean? And sometimes you might not, it's something in your head, but that's a flaw. That's a chink in the armor.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a big chink in the armor. So it's just like you have to be able to get out of that because like when it's all said and done, like you can see what he sees if he points at it, right?
Yeah.
But he can't see what you see if it's still in your thought process. Yeah. So it's just like sometimes you just have to allow your vision to come to fruition so anybody around you can be able to understand what's going on.
I think the perfect example of people that did it to perfection was like 07 Lil Wayne. And I forget what year. It was the year Gucci Mane was just going crazy and flooding album and mixtape. Those were perfect examples of people that made the music, drop it.
And they got the result that they needed. It was pretty much.
Because I even feel like even if you put out something that's not like, let's say you put out a song that's not really pop, people say, oh, it's not that good, but then your next song come out and unless it's still like it's fire, people gonna respect it even more,
right?
Because not everything is gonna be like a hit.
Not
they be like,
everything's
that's all right,
no.
but then when your next one come out, they be like, yo, that shit was fire. You
People
understand?
respect consistency.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's why, Drake is so popular because he always coming out with there's always some shit out no matter what. You be like, this nigga he got like 4 top songs on the album, you understand, on the charts. That's why he stayed, because it's all about consistency. And you're right, man. So that's what I think. I just say, man, just put it out. Just put out something good. You understand? Because, not everybody's always going to like it, know? So
you got to be okay with that, though. Yeah. Because it's like, you have to be okay with not... If you walk this world expecting everybody to like you, like you gonna live a hard life.
Like I'm gonna be 100%, honest. Like I heard of you before. You understand? Mike said, I said, I heard of Jay Burna, right? So I was like, all right, well, so like 2 days ago, I went on Apple Music, so I played your song. I was like, yo, he dope. You understand? I called Mike. I was like, yo, like he really
he
dope.
Was like, yo, I'm listening to like 30 songs. So
I listened to like 30 songs. You understand? I was like, yo, he dope for real. Like I ain't gonna lie, there was not one song that I was like, let me just turn that. You understand? I let the whole shit ride. Like literally, like I was working out, I just let everything ride. I was like, yo, he's real dope. Yo, I was like, oh shit,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, for real. And I'm not even saying just because you on here. Like I was like, yo, he's dope.
Yeah. It ain't like you just glazing.
I even told my girl, I was like, yo,
I'm grateful.
I was like, yo, like his music dope. Like I didn't even know. I was like, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, but that's the art of this shit, because it's just like I've gotten into a space where it's just like I can walk in the industry room and then people know who I am, or I can still go somewhere and nobody will know who I am. Yeah. So it's just like I understand it, but as an artist, it's just like, all right, cool.
So at the end of the day, there's still work to be done.
Yeah, but it makes it keeps you going.
Exactly, it keeps you going. So like, now I know, like, yo, I can literally listen to your music, like, and play it. I like it. It's dope. You understand? So definitely, like, I definitely want to spread the word because it's fire.
No, I appreciate it.
It's real good.
I always tell people too, like, anything like I co-sign, like, I won't have anybody. Not that like we're got a million people watching and stuff. But like anybody I invite, it's always people that I genuinely fuck with.
Now you've always been big on quality, so
it's been years. Like I followed you, you followed me for years. We've always been big on that, like, and just seeing people grow, adapt, and mature into their workforce, basically.
No, indeed, facts.
And you've been doing this. How long have you been making music?
Sheesh, I've been wanting to do music since I was a kid, right? I think I started, like, my friends would, like, record me. I started recording myself since I was, like, 15, 16. I dropped my first mixtape for free when I was, like, 18. So I've probably been doing music for, like, 15 years professionally for, like, the last 10.
Wow. So what's something that you'll never forget? I just want to, like, about
Man, it's so many things, bro. Like, as a kid, Like my grandma introduced me to like Michael Jackson.
Oh, for real?
Wait. You saw him? Like,
Yeah, in person. I went to the ranch and everything.
oh, that's a stat.
Yeah, but I was a kid. And I was so
stayed
scared.
overnight?
Hell no.
I just made sure.
Hell no. But it's like I still remember like yesterday, I got cried about it. It was just like I didn't want to be there. It was just like, hell no, who's this guy? Like I don't know who this guy is.
Wow.
And he was used to be with this Indian guy and he's like, oh, you're gonna regret it. You're gonna regret it. And in my head, I'm like, damn, I probably should have took the picture. Because now I just have the story to tell. Wow. So it's just like
that would be legendary. You had to
So my thing is, so like how that came apart? Like your grandma, you said
she was a jeweler. I was born in LA. So before I moved to Florida, I was in LA. So she knew just different people. I would run into like the Bob Saget's and the director, Most Funniest Videos. Like all these different people would just come to like my grandma's house, or my dad was cool with like Marvin Gaye's dad. It was just that type of vibe as a kid.
So the music is in you, man.
I was around it, but I never wanted to do it until I got to Florida.
Can you imagine the Throwback Thursday?
That'd be just drop you in Michael Jackson pick. I would have messed the grandma with that one, right?
That's unreal, man. That you don't meet people that say I met Michael Jackson, for real.
Like for some odd reason, it's the weirdest thing. Like I was in a session like recording like for a project, and DMX is in the next room.
Oh yeah, wow.
It's just like I would never thought that would have just happened. Like, they're like, yo, DMX is like, oh, who has the big room? And I'm like, DMX is here. So I'm like, all right, I'm away. I see the camera, like I'm in the room where the camera can show outside the whole studio. So it's like, I was like, oh yeah, he's out there. Let me go holler at him. Like,
wow.
You got to meet DMX?
Yeah, right. Crazy, God honest truth, right? DMX is working on his last album, God Rest His Soul. DMX is just like, but at this time I'm about to go to Atlanta to go meet with Tip, and DMX is just like, yo, I'm almost done with this album. If you want to get on it, I got you. I'm like, dog, I gotta go to Atlanta, bro. I'm working on this music with T.I. When I come back, he's like, all right, cool, just lock me in. Never happened. And he passed.
Man, that's crazy. Yeah. So is there anybody right now that you still want to work with? Like you always be like, he's on the top of my list or she's on the top of my list that you want to work with?
Like somebody unique. Like don't just say like, oh, I know you would love to work with like the Drakes and like that. Unique. Like somebody you feel like, man, he would be perfect or she would be perfect for like a project you might be working on now or songs you might be working on now.
Tink. I think Tink is fire as hell.
That's Timbaland's artist.
Yeah, no, I don't know if she's still there, but yeah, Tink and let's just think about this. Tink and Adam Levine.
Levine, interesting.
I feel like that'd be a crazy record.
From Maroon 5, that'd be fire.
Nah, because if you listen to his music, you can go any genre with your music. I'm listening, I'm like, dog, he could rap, he could do it like that genre with them. I'm just like, yo, it's dope, man. You can go anywhere with your music, yo, for real. You go anywhere.
The Adam Levine record would be like that top 40. Right. So
I can really hear him with like with Wale or a J. Cole or something like that.
That'd be dope
music too, for real.
Definitely.
Yo, Wale is super underrated.
Yeah, he's underrated.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can hear your music with Wale too,
like,
man.
People don't give Wale his flowers. Yep. Wale, bro, if you really break it down, like if Wale was to go into a verses or any of these things, Wale has hits, bro.
He got some
He
dope
always
songs.
has a hit in his back pocket.
He can switch it up.
Fire. Wale is fire.
Yeah, I always thought he didn't get enough attention when it comes to that.
It's just probably the energy he's putting out, like, or what he's consuming. I don't know, because he's an amazing artist.
Sometimes it's like we were talking about earlier. If somebody's not pushing that button,
you know what I mean? Like,
any artist right now, a lot of these artists, they, you know how the game goes. For those of you guys that don't, is they just watch people, that are lower tier artists, not even lower tier, but they just haven't blown up yet or underground. They see who has a following, who has numbers on YouTube, and they're like, oh, the proof is in the pudding. Right. This artist already has 1 million views on this song and has its fans. Let's put the battery in his back, hit the button, and let's blow him up. And that's where that industry plant term comes from. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's like artist already put in his work, pretty much.
Somebody's just charging you up, Going back to the AI thing we were talking about, do you ever think there's gonna be an AI artist? Like a full, I know they rolled
was
out,
one, but
they rolled out, but that was like bullshit. Like that was like a stereotypical bullshit artist. Like
yeah.
That was like, it was like borderline racist. The way
it was
a rapper that just got out of jail and had dreads and tattoos. Like, it was bad, bro. It was a bad look.
He got a deal too.
It was AI.
Dropped him. It was like the fastest drop I've ever seen.
Wow. Yeah, it was an artificial rapper, bro.
It's like supposed to be like a street rapper.
Yeah, it was just bad. Like, but my thing is like, could you picture an actual AI artist that comes out that sells tickets, sells merch, goes like, let's say like a Rolling Loud, like they're not an actual person, but there's like
hologram on stage.
Yeah, the hologram, exactly. Yeah,
maybe hologram or maybe just like dope images on like the big screens and shit like that. You think that could ever happen?
I mean, anything's possible.
I feel like this world's so stupid it can't happen.
Yeah, I mean, if the mind can
definitely
consume
can
it,
happen.
then it's possible.
Yeah.
Like, if anybody's going to consume it, then yeah.
Because, like, think about it. Like, MF Doom wore a mask. Kanye right now is always wearing a mask. What's that DJ Marshmello? He's DJing. People really don't know what he looks like.
But they're still physical people.
I know they're still physical, but I'm just saying, like, we're steps away, bro.
Yeah.
We're steps away from people really not giving a fuck.
I wouldn't put nothing past it.
Yeah,
but at this point, like, I'm not surprised by nothing. Like, it's just like...
We were watching on a YouTube video, not a YouTube video, somebody posted on their Instagram. Basically, this dude used AI to pick up shorties at a bar. So what he would do is he'd take his phone, right? And he'd be like, go up to a girl, right? He'd walk up to her and be like, yeah, we're live right now on IG. And she'd be like, turned off. Like, what are you doing, right? And he'd be like, we got 20,000 people on live right now. And it was fake. Like, it would say these numbers like 20,000. So all of a sudden, shorty turns around and she's like, oh, hey. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then he even had like an automatic AI responder. So he's like, chat or Instagram, should we kiss? And then like you would see all these fake comments pop up like, yeah, she's pretty, kiss her, kiss her. Yeah. Like, that's how far this shit is going, bro.
Yeah, this is scary.
Like, that's scary.
That's scary.
Like, if we can do this and like people are falling for it, bro, like, I don't know, bro.
Just think about it, man. Like, people are buying land on the metaverse. You understand? Think about it.
Yeah,
buying land on the metaverse. You understand?
NFTs,
and all that shit. You understand? But like, you know, like it's probably 5-10 years away. Next thing you know, you're gonna be like, yo, I could have bought that shit for $5. And like, I mean, think about it. Who would think like, you know, it's not AI, but like Pokemon and shit would be worth millions of dollars when we were just throwing that shit around when we was like young.
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
I wish I had my trapper keeper full of all them hologram cars, boy.
For real. And
I was hologram stacked, man.
That's what I'm saying. This shit crazy, man. Like, so like you said, man, like I'm not surprised at anything can happen at this point, yo, for real.
I'm putting anything past nothing.
Anything.
Nah, but I mean, this shit is getting crazy. Like, when I saw that, I was like, man, girls are falling for it. People are falling for it. You know how many people came up and hit my phone? Yo, did you hear the Kendrick response?
Yeah, that was.
And
I'm
like, that wasn't real. That one seemed, but it did have different voices and like, so it was very good if it was AI.
But the response would have been like, if that was a Kendrick response, that should have had came out before the Like That verse, right? It didn't seem like a response to what came out.
But Drake's verse was crazy. Drake's one was hard. It makes me wonder, like, Kendrick's gotta have some shit. That one line hit hard when he was like, I keep a bodyguard like Whitney.
Oh yeah, that's his wife's name, right?
Yeah, bro. Like, bro, I remember when that beef with Pusha T and Drake was going on, and Drake was like, nah, he took it too far, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and I'm
but
like,
Drake goes there too, right? So it's like, I guess because he wanted his kid it's different. Yeah. But yeah, he got off on this. I'm not gonna lie, he got off. There was some nice lines in there.
It was good. It was harder than I expected, to be honest. Pause. That was crazy.
Hey, yo.
That was crazy. That was disgusting. That was disgusting. All right, so getting back into the conversation here. I know that was crazy, y'all. That was nuts. That was yo, I can't even say nothing now. Y'all are nuts. Yo.
Back to back.
Back to back.
Well, yeah, okay. Take this up,
right.
Okay.
So, one of the questions I did have to ask is, we already covered everything AI. I think I'm AI'd out. AI'd out. We talked a lot about AI. Because like, I don't know, I'm just thinking like, to be in the music industry, there's tons of work, tons of labor, even like with the podcasting shit, anything creative, it's tons of free work, tons of sleepless nights and tons of effort and initiative that you got to take, and you don't see the reward, you don't see the payback right away, obviously, and you have to have that vision. But where does your drive come? Like, what makes you ambitious? Because any kind of field like this, you have to be super ambitious, and something has to push you.
At first, it was just fear of failure. It was just like, I can't fail. Like, I'm not quitting. Then I had my daughter. It was just like, I got to set up for my daughter. I got to make sure my daughter is good. Yeah. But it really starts from like, I just don't like losing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, anytime that I have taken an L, it's just like, all right, just stack another L, turns into a W.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, whatever it was, I just kept going. Like I'll be like, ugh, and just keep going. And it's just be like, man, I ain't. And then walk outside and it's just like 3-4 people like, yo, I was just, and then stuff like that to just keep you going. So it's just
shift
like,
your mentality.
Right.
Yeah, because like, it's like sometimes things could just fuck you up. Like you could put your all into this shit. Sometimes just life will hit you. Like you said, you had your daughter. So now it's like, fuck, I know, it's so easy to just go get like a regular 9-to-5.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And give up on your dreams and, like fall back into the regular, ordinary. It's not in a disrespectful way, ordinary Joe. Just like give up on your dreams and go the regular route. Yeah. Instead of going the road less traveled. So yeah, that was a question. And you said fear.
Yeah, fear of failure.
Fear of failure. I'm petrified of failing. Like for real, bro. That's kind of one of the reasons why our shit is a successful failures, because like in order to be successful, you have to fail a lot. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's funny you say that. Like I've always been fucking petrified. That's like my biggest fear, bro, is like not to the point where I'm scared to try, but it's just like, can you imagine going your life, 30 years down the road, 40 years down the road and being like, damn, nothing. What would have happened if I would have gave up my all? Right. You know what I'm saying? Because you could fail at a 9-to-5. You know what I'm saying? You could fail at your 9-to-5.
And then just end up somewhere else.
So you might as well fail at your
right. You might as well do something that you actually want to do. And then, because I mean, the whole $10,000 thing, like when people like, I notice a lot of people shy away from like that conversation now, but it exists. Like you apply $10,000 to something, you're bound to get your results. Like you keep doing something over and over, you're bound to get something. Yeah. Even if it's $5, $10, it doesn't matter. Those $5, $10 stack up. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like whatever you do consistently, like I hate to be preaching the same words over and over, but it's just like whatever you do over and over, there's gonna be a result from it, regardless of what you think is gonna come. Like there's something coming from you putting in the work. Yeah,
because it's like almost like you grind, you don't see any results, but then sometimes it just takes that one thing to turn you up. You know what I mean? Like I remember like doing music and stuff back in the day, like before you got those shows, where you open for people or headline, whatever the case is, you got to go through those open mics. Yeah. And what people don't realize is when you do open mics, man, you're just rapping or performing in a room full of other rappers or artists waiting to go. Yeah. So you're performing in a room full of no love.
Practice.
Yeah. Those people are not giving you no love. You just feel stupid as hell up there jumping around, singing your songs while everybody's just waiting their turn to go up.
Right.
But those build character.
But yeah, no, it does. Because then it turns into like, it's either you going to show or prove. Because once you get off stage, it's either they're going to show you love or they're just like, all right, it's my turn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just like, so them open mics were like, I've been there, bro. Open mic after open mic. I was performing at open mics when I was in school, and we'd do the open mics. They'll be over like 3-4 in the morning. Got to go to school at like 7 o'clock. Wow. Yeah. So it's just one time we were doing an open mic. It was a strip club too. So like we were in there like bagging strippers. Strippers calling me. I'm in 12th grade. I'm in school. They're just like, where you at? I'm trying to see you. I'm in class. Wait, how old are you? My bad.
I'll be like, I'm in college. I gotta go.
I thought about that after. It was like I folded a lot because I was just
you didn't know that
much. I did some ridiculous open mics, bro.
But come on, Mike.
They build you. They make you not scared of anything.
Mike, we drove to Tampa, so many places. I remember. But the thing is, man, like after you got on, they showed you mad love. Right. You understand? Especially, it's a little bit different when you white too. Hold on.
And you nice.
Nice. He was white and he was nice. So he had people like you killed it, yo. Like you crazy. Yo, we used to go to the malls and people used to run up to him like, yo, can I get your autograph? That's when I was like, yo, this is crazy. Yeah. Like, this is crazy, man.
I remember one time and like I said before, good shows like where we were opening for like Currency, Nipsey, and them and stuff were the shit shows. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time my boy was like, "Bro, you gotta do your music over here in Orlando," because he was in UCF, and he was like, "We're having a party, blah blah blah. There's a stage, all this shit, hype me up." Man, we drove to Orlando, right? It was like a cowboy themed frat party. So there's like all these girls in cowgirl hats and boots and shit, and it was a live party, good aesthetic, but you felt like a fucking idiot just performing. Like they just handed you like there was no other performers, and there was no stage, like he said.
It was just oh man.
And it's like, remember, I'm rolling with my boys up there. They're rolling with me, and I'm like, what are we gonna do? We're gonna have to just do it. You know what I'm saying? So there's like moments like that, or like you said, even the moments where I remember. It was a stupid way of thinking, but like at open mics, you'd be like, I'm gonna perform last. Well, when you perform last at an open mic, there's gonna be no one in the crowd because everybody already went. Yep.
Don't do that. Go if you're at an open mic. I don't know if it's the same now, but you go to an open mic, perform in the middle.
Yeah, in the middle.
In the middle. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Everybody's there. You get to really.
Times, bro. The times I get to, it's insane. It's endless.
Man,
so many failures or misses that felt like not failures, but so many times where you were like, "What did I just do?"
Yeah, but those times display true hunger, true hunger, and it allows you to feel like it's nothing like that, man. That feeling, man. You just brought me back. That's so nostalgic.
No, they build your character.
Yeah, it builds like it's like you see stuff like this is just like people, the favorite things like girls love asking me is just like, do you get nervous? It's like, no, for what?
Yeah.
Like I performed in the trenches.
Yeah. This is nothing, especially if there's a real crowd.
Yeah, like a nice crowd. Like this is nothing. This is they know I'm coming. Like I performed, people didn't know I was coming. It was just like.
So let me ask you a question. So where's the biggest place that you have performed? You know, you did your stuff.
Biggest places I have performed.
Like when you went out there, you crowd, you was like, oh shit.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be the biggest venue.
Yeah, like you have to be the biggest venue.
LA, Orlando.
Orlando was a good time.
Yeah, Orlando is, Orlando's an amazing space because especially during like the mixtape era when we started, Orlando was like the perfect hub for that.
Yeah, it was like a hub.
It was like the perfect hub for the mixtape era. What else? Orlando, Tallahassee for sure. I'm naming Florida spots. New York.
Oh,
New York did. Yeah, like that was like, it's why I say New York, because the first time I performed in New York, I fumbled my words.
Oh yeah?
I folded like a mug in New York.
Damn.
Then when I went back, it was like crazy love.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Yeah. Like when you fold that one time, you like, damn, you come back, they like, okay, like, yo, your homeboy is dope. You understand? That's the thing.
So, damn. That's dope. Yeah.
Yeah, those moments will make or break you. Some people that have a bad one and that's it.
Oh yeah, nah.
But then sometimes, like when you go through those moments, it's kind of like, all right.
My first time performing, I opened up for T-Pain.
Oh wow,
that was your first time.
First time performing ever.
Like a real.
I was opening up for T-Pain. I don't know what I forgot all my words, but nobody noticed because I was just like, and this is like when 2 Tracks loud as hell, so it's just like they didn't even know, but it was just like, sheesh, you know what I'm saying? It's like probably like 500, 600 people in the crowd and shit.
You see, and that's the thing. Like other people, like no, that's how you respect other people. Because imagine people who's performing, no matter if you are a singer, a dancer, or a fighter, when you're around all that crowd, man, it's a whole different thing, man. But like you really feel people's vibration. You feel needed. That shit, yo.
That's
for
what
real.
This is what we create on. Yeah, like we created waves. When you, I know, like when you're recording, you see, like obviously when you're recording, you see the waves. Like this is literally, that's literally how people think. Like this is the frequency. So like physical frequency is the same as mental frequency.
It definitely is. You need all that. It definitely is, because when I used to box, and like sometimes like the crowd will have you fight different. You understand? It give you energy, or you be like nervous. You be like, it drains you. Like it literally drains you, man. Like so you gotta literally zone out, like your mind. Like that's how I know, like you know how like Kobe and Jordan, LeBron, they're different, because you gotta really zone out your mind and just be on it. Yeah, it's a different type of focus for real. Because sometimes when like I told you before, when I got to a fight and I zoned out, I'm in a whole nother world. I don't even see nobody around me. And then, you tunnel vision, you feel like anything can happen. You just like, and so you definitely gotta feel like that. Yeah, like exactly. You gotta know how to tap into that shit, man, for real. That's why they said like there's places in your mind that you gotta know how to get into, man. That's how I know them boys. They different athletes or singers and all of that, you know, because they can really like, just like to me, I always say like Whitney Houston's my favorite singer. You understand? Like she's in a whole different world to me, yo. For real, I think she's the best.
The best for
Period.
sure.
She's the best, you know.
Not that conversation doesn't happen a lot, but she's the best for sure.
Yeah, for real.
One of the things that I think is like the dopest shit about music or like anything like artist related is like you said, like this shit's a waveform. Like these sounds are waves. This podcast waves, music waves. Even like artists that draw and stuff, that's essentially a wave on paper. Like just the idea that you had something that was just in your head, bro. This shit was just up here, and then you bring it to reality. Right. Like I feel like people don't talk about that enough. Like that's so crazy, bro. Like just to have an idea, you know, a melody or anything in your head, and then you record it, you edit it, you put it out there, and it's like almost sometimes like, how the fuck did this happen? It's like magic.
That's how I know you're creative to even think about that, because it's like
it's crazy. And the thing is, different is like songs. Like you making music, nobody has made that song before. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to put those words together so different that nobody done it like you before. Yo. Right? It's crazy, and I really think music is the most powerful thing.
Oh, for sure.
For real. It's the most powerful thing. I don't care about movies, no nothing. Music can like change your mood, make you happy, make you sad, make you feel good about yourself, everything. So I really commend people who make music, and it's good music, because trust me, like you could change somebody's, you understand, feelings and everything, you know. So that's dope, man.
And music, like one of the better things about music, certain songs bring you back to a certain time. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like a memory unlocker. Like I don't know why, but like Ja Rule and Ashanti, that's like the soundtrack to my life growing up.
That was an amazing time.
It was such good music.
It was an amazing time in music. That frequency they were there. I know Ja Rule was probably drugged out. He was making some crazy music. Yeah. He probably might have been the first Drake. It's crazy to say.
Singing. Singing.
Rapper singer, he might have been the first one.
But bro, like that's like a song. When the summer comes on, or when the summer comes out, or the good weather is out. Mm-hmm. You hear some Ja Rule and Ashanti, like throwback, you're like, that shit just makes you feel good, bro. Mm-hmm. Or you go through a heartbreak and you hear an artist or some shit that you like, man, that shit, it's crazy. Yeah. Or like even when you wake up, music can dictate your mood.
Yeah, it definitely.
It can definitely dictate your mood. You can have a bad day or a good day based on the songs
that you're listening to, for sure.
It's so true.
And then, there's people that go through depression and stuff like that. They listen to a lot of sad music. Yeah. Sometimes it's therapeutic for them. I can't speak for them.
Mm-hmm. Right.
For me, that would just put me in a badder mood. Like, I'd probably be worse. But some people
soak into it. That helps them get out of it. It's like different people have different ways of how to get up out of their, like, their depression, or like not everybody has depression, but their
like
way
sunken
of,
place.
like their sunken place, like that's their lift. Like to soak into it until it's over with.
Yeah, definitely.
Some people have to get drowned by positivity. So
yeah, I mean, going back to though, like even where you said, bro, like where once you had your daughter and like the fear of failing, like that's enough to push anybody just having a daughter. Like I remember when I had my daughter, I remember when my girl first told me she was pregnant. I was like, what?
Were you nervous, or were you like?
Yeah, bro, because it just was like, I've never been in this situation. It was my first, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what the fuck do I know what I'm doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like I felt like I wasn't ready for it until she actually was born. And I was like, it felt okay.
Natural.
You know what I'm saying? But bro, like that shit gave me the boost I never thought. That shit had me, it really changed my aspect on a lot of things.
You look at things a lot different.
Bro, when she was born, like I always believed that there was a God. I always believed, that there was a higher power for sure. But when she was born, I was like, this is crazy. I was like, there's no way there's not a God.
Yeah, because you sit there, you watch this woman push out this baby. It's like, I was like, this is real.
I was like, there's no fucking way there isn't a God. Like, this baby was born from my sperm, went into her vagina, concocted, preheated oven, came out 9 months later, healthy, God willing, like. Yeah. And I'm like, this is crazy. There's no way there isn't a God. So it had me think differently in that perspective. And then it just boosted my energy. It kind of gave me an energy boost. Like, okay, There's no more procrastination now, bro.
Got to get it done.
There's no more excuses. Like
I'm not taking no from nobody.
You know what I'm saying? Even all the way down to like, it made me think like even for your last name, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like growing up, one of the things that kind of pushed me was my pops.
Right.
You know, my pops always busted his ass. He worked he had his job, then he got home and had a detailing company that he worked.
That's dope.
Like, I remember coming home and he'd be sleeping on the couch. Like, he'd be so tired that he wouldn't even make it up the stairs. And like, I never wanted for nothing. Like, my pops, like, he was just a grinder. You know what I'm saying? And that always kind of, like, growing up now, having a kid, it kind of made me be like, holy shit. Like,
that's what he was doing.
These are the sacrifices. You know, I used to think, man, this guy's tripping on me. But no, it's just because, like, the things he was doing to provide and do this kind of stuff. But seeing that kind of, like, looking back, I was like, bro, this is kind of the time I need to be on, like putting that kind of energy to keep the last name going and doing it for your last name, doing it for your daughter, and all those kind of things that kind of just made me have tunnel vision for that.
I'm on the same page with you with that for sure.
One question I have for you is, do you ever, I don't know if you guys, both of you, like, things ever go too good for you sometimes that you're not used to it, to where you kind of get anxiety, like something bad finna happen?
Yeah, that's when you start attracting the crazy shit. Because I mean, it's obvious, like Murphy's Law. They say for every good thing, something bad has to happen. But yeah, I get like that. It's like, damn, shit, nothing traumatic. Oh shit,
yeah,
we cruising, cruising, and it's like boop, like oh fuck, all right. But yeah, I get like that sometimes too, for sure.
You get like that too?
Yeah, and then bad things do happen when I think about it.
Because you think about it now, it's like,
I don't even want to think about it. Like you just say that even made me think about it. I'm just like I'm really literally like rolling my eyes. Like yo, I don't even want to talk about it.
Right.
I don't know that shit. But like sometimes you could look at it from a different way. Sometimes you're like, man, like shit been. You're so used to things going fucked up that you're like, man, it's kind of quiet right now.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what's gonna happen? Like it doesn't have to be like major bad. It could just be simple as like, you know, you just paid all your bills on time this month and you're like, all right, cool. Everything's paid for. You know what I'm saying? Let me go buy a pair of kicks or something that I wanted. You go buy them kicks and then poof, you get a flat tire.
I literally about to say that.
Like,
I literally about to say a flat tire.
I got a flat today.
What?
Got a flat today.
Yo,
it's like shit like that.
How
happens.
we all just say flat tire? You said flat. I'm thinking in my mind flat tire. He just got a flat tire. Tell you, yo, you see? That don't even make no sense.
Shit like that happens, bro. Like I'm telling you, but like that's kind of how I feel sometimes. Like that. And that's when it always happens. Whenever I'm like, oh, things are all right. Okay, I'm gonna go do this, and then poof, something just hits you.
It
right
just
in the
be
head.
like that though. But you know what it is for me, like because growing up, like I've battled so much shit. Like now I'm in a space where it's just like, all right, what's the solution? Like if I'm even if I'm arguing with a girl, all right, what's the solution?
Yeah.
You don't have the energy for shit.
Yeah, it's just knowledge.
You just like me now. I've been through so much shit in the last like 5 to 10 years now. I'm just like nothing bothers me. I'm just like whatever. Like so, let's get it. Like how are we gonna do this?
Yeah,
how do we fix it? How we get to this? Like when Mike hit me up the first time with this podcast, it's something I never did. I never even thought about this.
Wishy-washy in the beginning.
I was just like, I'm like, let me think about it. But then I was like, you know what? Like what's the worst that can happen? You understand?
Right.
Like let's do this. And now look. You know, like we love this.
It's
like
dope.
it is what it is,
doing
man.
An amazing job, bro.
Yeah, like we appreciate it, man. Like this is like whatever. We got to do what we got to do, whatever. Because you never know. It could be a bust. It could be good. You understand? Whatever. Like let's just do it.
Yeah, just
do
it. Like
we don't care about making no money off this or nothing. Let's just do it.
It turns into that though.
Yeah, because like
I know I mean, of course, it turns into that, but I mean, it is what it is, man. Like we in like episode like 35 right now.
Fire.
You feel me? Like we just doing this,
like
man.
I don't know, like that's kind of where I got to at this day and age for me. Like I'm just kind of like when bad things happen, I'm like, oh, that's what's supposed to happen.
Yeah,
let's fix this. I'll be frustrated about it. I give myself like 2 minutes to be frustrated about it, and then I do not let it drag. Because when you let it drag, that's when other shit. It's like you let other omens in.
It's like an omen opens. Oh yeah, he's sad. Let's go get him.
Fuck with his fucking head.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I feel I'm a big believer in that shit. I'm not even like Mr. like manifest. Like that. Yeah. But I think like if you put too much like negative shit will happen.
Even a logical, like even somebody that just lives off logic can realize that. It's just like
exactly.
Right.
Exactly. If you're going out there running the street, like you're gonna get hit. You understand?
It's just plain as day.
Yeah.
Can't avoid that.
So like right now, so what else you got going on like in the music? You know, like
right now I'm just recording like crazy. Like I'm collabing with hella people. I'm recording like crazy. I'm starting to look at other artists. I want to, get into that. Like I'm writing for a particular artist right now that I want to help develop. Then there's other artists that I'm helping develop their sounds and stuff like that. So I just want to get into the space where I'm just cooking up. I can consistently drop back to back, and I can put out these artists right now, and that's gonna be like my focus. Like,
that's what's
and then get into a space where, I take my sound and transition it into like some crossover stuff like that.
Now you don't have to answer it. It's no pressure. Any artist that you've did songs for or something, ghost wrote?
Oh yeah, I'd never say that.
Okay.
I never say that.
He's like, no, I never say that.
I mean, one day, but yeah.
Yeah, no, you don't have to answer that. I was just asking because that whole Drake, the reference track from Lil Yachty had leaked where
Thank
Jumbo
God.
shit.
So okay, let me ask this. And of course, you're not going to say no name, but is there a song that we hear that you have wrote?
There has been.
Oh yeah, there has been. Oh, that's dope.
There's a couple. There's a couple. There maybe like not take the full words, but they'll probably use.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then there's my last one charted on the Afro charts at like number 4.
Wow.
Yeah, and I just
damn. So you wrote Rema, Calm Down. That's crazy. Yo, Jay Burna.
That was a good one, Mike. You smooth criminal. Oh man, no, it wasn't Rema, but it was definitely a big Afro record. It did.
That's fire. Afrobeats is taking over.
Yeah, it is. I want to like truly dive into it.
Yeah, bro. You know what's so crazy is that what do you call it? That Calm Down track. That song is like fucking addicting.
Yeah,
it's in your head
because it's like I feel like Afrobeats comes with like this energy of like positivity.
Yeah.
It's just like it just feels good. Like, and I think that's what the world's need. Like we've just been so stuck on like. Don't get me wrong, I love trap music, but we've been so energies is like been so stuck on trap that now that we're hearing something that's
it's
like
good to hear something different.
Right.
It's good that it's getting the recognition of it deserves. I remember when Drake, what album was it? Was it Views? That had a lot of Afrobeat inspired beats. And I remember when that shit came out, like that's why people could hate on Drake, but like to be realistic, he's experimental. And like, let's be real. If you're a white girl or whatever, older person in general, you might not be in tune with younger artists on Afrobeat style songs. You know what I'm saying? But Drake is taking songs and putting them, to a brighter light.
Right.
And now the world gets familiar with it. And that makes way for other artists.
Not very true.
You know what I mean?
So I mean, they jumped off because y'all was talking. So like when you write songs, like how is the checks? Like how are they good? Like are they straight? Just wondering,
It all depends.
Yeah, it all depends.
If it's up front, it's like, all right, cool, it is what it is. I'll walk away with my bag. If it's in residuals, then
it depends how much
So what you like better?
And shit.
So what do you like? Residual, or you like your upfront, or
it depends.
Yeah, it depends.
All depends.
The situation, when it's just like, all right, just give me up front since my name's not gonna be on it.
Okay. Okay. So or like sometimes, all right, okay. What if let's say if it's a huge artist, would you not take no money and be like put my name on it?
I've yet to have a huge artist be like, all right, put you as a songwriter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said you have not, or you?
Not yet.
Oh yeah, not yet.
It was just like, all right.
So, but at the end of the day, you're rather that, right?
Yeah.
If you're working with Beyonce, you want a piece.
Yeah.
You want your credentials in
there.
there.
Nah, if it's like in the space like that, where it's just like Beyonce don't rap, right?
Yeah.
I would at least like let me get like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even want no bag from Beyonce. Like just
put your name out
there. Papers will.
That's a long time license right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'll be like, yo, don't worry about the money. Let me just get out of there. That's dope. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like we had dudes we know they wrote for Drake. I mean they're on the credits and everything. On the last one with what's his name, man? 21 Savage, the intro. That one.
I feel like I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, that intro track they wrote on that shit. And that shit, you doing a track like that, it just gets you so much recognition to where other people hit you up. They wrote for that. They wrote for Kanye on Donda. Like, they have writing camps.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know.
Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I've been to a couple.
Yeah, so a writing camp is essentially where they keep you guys hostage, basically.
For 3-4 days, maybe longer.
Oh, for real?
They feed you. It's alcohol everywhere.
Wow.
It could be a good vibe.
Yeah,
and
trading ideas. Yeah, nice. It's usually a great vibe. And just everybody's cooking up. Like, depending on how good you are, you're either in all the rooms or you're just in your one room.
That's crazy, man.
Because maybe you don't even give them words. Sometimes it just gives like inspiration, melodies towards a song. So
this is the subject or stuff like that.
That's what I say. Music is so big, man. There's a whole world that people don't know about. This is music, man.
I wonder when they're going to get streaming right, though. Because streaming doesn't really make too much sense to me.
They just changed like the cell allocation. Like I just received like 2 BMI checks where they changed the cell allocation like to go higher. But it's just like,
for those of you guys that don't know, BMI is like a publishing to where like you would get paid through a streaming platform
like
or any other
rights.
DSP. Yeah.
Right. But it's just not, it's like they still don't get it right.
Yeah.
Like the DSPs would have to up the number for it to come back right. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when I at times like I know like these streams are like crazy. It's like, all right, cool, this is amazing. And then you see the return on it's like
if you really think about it, like no one even knows what a stream is worth. Like all the way down to like even on IG, like let's say you get 1 million views.
Penny on a dollar.
How much money? You probably don't get shit from those 1 million of views, and you just made that platform like because
all those are hits.
All those are hits. That's retention. Everything right now is about retention, like keeping your fucking face on that screen, scrolling. And people aren't getting nothing out of that.
Like I'm aiding your platform to keep my name alive, but I'm getting it's.
And then like how do you justify like, all right, let's say a stream for a song that's 2 minutes long, and then there's a song that's 7 minutes long. So I'm keeping you listening to my music on this platform for 4 minutes longer than that song that artist gave you, but we're getting the same splits? Or what about a podcast where, I might keep you on the platform for an hour and a half. So you literally sat there with your headphones on, stayed on a platform for an hour and a half, and let's say that pod got 1 million views and a song got 1 million views. It's not the same. So why are the payouts the same? It's crazy.
Don't get me started.
Things we won't know.
It don't add up. It doesn't add up because it doesn't make sense, to be real. It's just like, all right, like if an artist is sitting here making all this music and creating it, regardless if they're signed or not, like the split should be way higher because you guys are like, the DSPs are making hell of money off of this. Like, so why is the payout like 6 cents per stream or like 4 cents, and it's not even true 4 cents. It's like 0.000.
Wow.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, why is it that? Like, it should be way higher than that.
Yeah.
No, I can't imagine, bro. Like that's why I said it doesn't make sense, and I feel like the same way that everybody talked about like these 360 deals that used to happen back in the day, like 10 years from now, they're going to be talking about how they fucking did people dirty with this streaming service. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's gonna be a conversation, and when it is, it's just gonna be like everybody's gonna be like, "Well, so and so should have," like it's just like almost like
you should have did this.
The DJs, like those DJs from New York that they did all this opening up hip hop, and then they're just like now it's just like everybody's trying to set up foundations for them to get paid, but it's just like should have just took care of them when they were doing. what they were doing.
And that's the thing that's with music is very discouraging. That's anything though. Is the money part about it. When you really up there the money, because you'll find out like, yo, when you hear these stories of these artists that was huge, oh, they only made this much money, or they robbed TLC for this and this person for this. You'd be like
surprised.
Damn. You'd be surprised. But that's why I tell people like when I was boxing and all the professionals, you'll see them people on TV. Them niggas ain't making no money. They ain't making no money. You understand? Like they got the same problems as music people, anybody. Them people be making no money. They be broke and they fighting on ESPN. You understand? You understand? They 20
all
and
these
1.
views on TV.
Yeah, all the views. Yep, ain't getting no money though. Like so, that's the only thing I say. A lot of this stuff is very discouraging. It's messed up.
It just look good. A lot of stuff.
It just look good. Exactly. Yeah. It looks good.
That's what I've learned in the space of like when I first started doing it, was just like, yeah, I got you. I was quick to say, yeah, I got you. I got you. Now it's more so like if the relationship isn't that click tight where I can say I know that you'll have me when I need you. It's like, yeah,
I need that bread.
That.
Yeah, I need that.
The worst shit. I remember the worst shit. People would be like, do it for the look. You like, bruh.
I've done enough. I am the look now. Like I know what the look is. Like
exactly.
Yeah, so it's like no more. Like,
all right. Before we get up out of here, I got one more question for you. I know you were signed to Grand Hustle. You're independent now. Out of all these years of you doing music, what was the hardest obstacle that you probably had to hurdle through?
Creating a solid base. You know, because
solid fan base.
Yeah, when it first starts, it's just like people are like, "You sure you want to do this?" And then it goes to like, "Maybe you should come up with a plan B." Then it turns into like, "Wait, hold on, this might be working." Yeah. Then it turns into like whatever you drop, people are just like they support it. So it's just like, yeah. So I think it's just seeing it through. Really.
Gotcha. So starting it off by like feeding that core.
Yeah, just feeding the beast.
Whether that's 10 people, 1,000 people, just feed your core.
Just feed your core because it's gonna keep growing. It's gonna keep growing.
All right. Any words of wisdom for anybody that's upcoming in music?
Yeah, just stay consistent, see it through, and don't allow your overthinking to become your prison. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Anything else before we get up out of here, too?
Oh man, I just want to thank you for coming, man. We really appreciate
y'all having me.
Appreciate you coming out here, bro.
Thank you.
Anything you want to plug?
Oh man, new project coming, new brand deals, there's a lot of stuff on the horizon, man. A lot of stuff on the horizon. Just keep staying in tune, and I'm gonna keep dropping good music. A lot of dope collabs coming. A lot of some artists that I'm working with are coming. It's just some dope shit. So like, just stay in tune and be ready for what's next.
Gotcha. Appreciate you coming out here, man. This has been another episode of Successful Failures. Make sure you guys are liking, commenting, subscribing. Any sort of engagement helps the page grow. And we need all the support we can get. It definitely helps everything. All right, guys? We out of here.
Appreciate it. Peace.